And Vitality, they look to carry Chronicle, carry Durka to victory against their former squad. The first victory for Vitality in this matchup, if they find it. And this BO3, honestly, coming in, I think this is their best shot. It's the strongest Vitality have looked coming into one of these matchups. To start, though, it's a bloodbath all in favor of Alpha.
Yeah, he has really been stepping up over the last couple of weeks. We talked about Vekaj and his need to almost try and not even just fill the gap, but be a part of this new squad. But the man who has really been stepping up, really been taking over these games, has been Alpha, yeah. And what a start, expecting the aggression. And with both of these teams previously playing the map, there is going to be almost a game of chess of who can pull off those aggressive swings, who can take that space. What I will say, though, is although it's a very big advantage early, the remaining two players are in the right place.
Gonna fall back here.
Still, I mean, this would be a sight hold to remember. They already know that one is here. Durka steps forward, gets out, Prophet with one, but so much more needs to be done. Those spams are doing damage.
They can go back.
FNATIC make it out. 30 seconds on the clock, and they can take this where they want. Still have Crashies close by to hear the steps as they rotate away. I'm not sure, though. They might have made it out of range. This rotate from Vitality gets them to the A site. Just ahead of FNATIC. Boaster could be in trouble.
Yeah, there's no going back now. They like to run it late, but it'll be a little bit too late if anybody was able to disrupt.
10 seconds
The fact is,
left.
though, they were just a little bit too slow. Boaster in position. It's a bit whiffy, but he gets the job done in the end. It is FNATIC to claim the pistol round with a patient start. And I'll be honest with you, I'm expecting more of the same. Nonetheless, this is where the buy comes through. This is where we see everything in
They
place.
smoked me.
Okay, I'm gonna play.
I'm gonna run.
I can play with Chron.
Vice
David smoke, David smoke, David.
Smoke. I'm good.
Yeah,
Don't. Mine's feature.
Going back to A.
coming A.
I'm gonna reveal front side soon.
I'm gonna trust it.
I TP it away. I'm backside.
Watching
I
top side
smoke,
for
I'm
you.
in.
I can't break it.
Nice.
I pick off you.
I'm coming CT also, guys. Are they out?
Yes.
Wow. We had a little check-in with the Vitality. Voice comes as we move into this defensive side, play towards the A site that's now being cancelled. FNATIC send this back in the other direction towards B, which is wide open from what we can see, but they're taking the time. The brakes have been pumped, 50 seconds on the clock, and really now it's Vitality left guessing. They don't know where this hit's coming in anymore.
Yeah, a little bit of probing from Prophet. Looking to try and find where this push is coming in. We know FNATIC, we know they like to leave it to the very last second, but with the spike on that side of the map, and now a spot onto Boaster, they could still run it back in the other direction. In fact, there is an opening. Only Yumpy still on that side of the map. In fact, everybody has been pulled over, but now the realization is there. Alfia takes control, but almost caught. Lucky to still have his head. They will, however, get into the post plant with a matter of seconds on the clock.
Yeah, the time's going to bleed really low, but Vitality have nothing to cancel, nothing to get out there and cause problems, and don't want to just throw themselves at this. The man advantage there for the defense, but FNATIC know that. They're playing aggressive, playing up close, looking to punish them as they come through the choke point, and already the numbers to even, but Crashy's forced into the fight. He wins most, and Vekaj is there to pick up the final pieces. A 3-0 start for FNATIC, and if this is Vitality's chance to change history, it's certainly not off to a good start. This was the map we expect them to look dominant on.
Well, this is always the thing when talking about FNATIC, when talking about them in comparison to other teams, is no matter who is on the roster, you go back all the way to the beginning. You go back to 2020 and the pieces that were on the squad with Boaster.
Problem is they're going off the information that's being given to them. The drone towards B has dragged the rotates. Meanwhile, FNATIC will walk into a wide open A site, and what should have been an easy pickup now, quite a problem brewing. Okay, Durka's got himself one, back to a 4v4, and the retake now has a rifle.
I think it's about to be lost.
Well, it had a rifle.
Who's expecting Crashies to still be in spawn? This was Boaster's spot in the past. This was his position that he used to just hold, and Crashy likes a little bit of that. A 4K to close the round. 4 standing as well for FNATIC. The credits flying at this point, and well, I do wonder how long it will take for a Vitality pause.
Not much longer. A lot of people would even want it coming into this buy round, but if this one doesn't go their way, it has to be just around the corner. This is the map that... This is one that I come into today expecting to go to 3 maps. I expect it to be a brawl, but so far, it is a slaughter in favor of FNATIC, and it ain't changing. Nice pick by Crashies, but really a great flash from Vikash.
Yeah, it feels like Chronicle was not ready for that one. We've spoken a lot about the veto and how individually he was able to really pop off last time that they played, but so far, 0-5. Up against his old team. We know that even though, of course, there's a battle to make it into the middle final, there will also be blood in the game for the ex-players and the players whose teammates have left. But for Chronicle, this is almost the nightmare start. Durka, he's going to try and turn the tide already under serious pressure. The swing a little bit behind because of the slow. He's done fantastically well in this moment. And Durka coming alive is enough to grab Vitality their first round.
You got a nail on the head there. That slow, that hinder that was thrown through was absolutely perfect. Nobody could move in. At that point, you know, I like the dash. I like the idea from Kayak to try to get behind him so he's not caught and just stunned up in the open. There's the flash. Beautiful to start this round out. Yeah, despite that, it was Durka holding the line that's given them this chance. 4-1. We talked about potentially needing a pause if the round didn't go their way.
I don't hear you, hello!
But as you can see,
Which he has.
yeah, change up could catch him off, Kron. We saw him go aggressive towards A main and find nothing. This smoke up's definitely going to make you think that that's what you're facing on the other side. The chance for FNATIC to just flash through as their own blooms. In fact, it's going to be the drone. No flash. Wide swing coming in. Vikash is playing a risky game. Not punished just yet. The wall goes up, saving them from those first shots. And here's the flash, but Kron, of course, not blinded, gets himself a double, but the rest are still standing. FNATIC have made this into a 3v2, and they've got post plan.
Yeah, they don't have main control, though. The quick rotation from Yumpy was available because of that Cosmic Divide. They are watching, or at least one was, and Crashies almost used his teammate as bait. Now it's left to Profek, and he is not ready for Alpha yet. They came up against a lot in that round. Cosmic Divide, Evolution, and a Dimensional Drift, and it did not matter.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you go into that push with Chronicle standing his ground, finding that space around the back of the site. I mean, he almost got one there, but yeah, indeed, the entire plan to flash through falls apart. You think when he stood there, but that trade from Crashies, he immediately follows up on and is then there to clean up main afterwards. What a round from him. This one should not have gone to FNATIC, and I think Vitality know that. They called a pause.
Yeah, I think they had a couple of rounds back that sort of delayed this a little bit, but the way the early game started seems to be Vitality trying to figure out any information. The drone going through onto middle, but in the meantime, the attack side are already putting pressure into B and taking middle control at the same time. This is going under the noses of opponents, but they slow it back down. Almost sell this like before. Okay, last time we did this was a ruse, it was a fake. Now it's the real thing.
But this Fury sent in, Unfake not gonna find his mark, and Profek's gone down. This has become uncomfortable, but then Unfake lands. Kayak down, that there's no need to jump the gun here for Durka. You can play that bit more passive, especially with Util guarding him, but wait for the rotations to come through. Again, I think this patience from Vitality has been there. You never see these guys looking for those individual fights, waiting for the teammate to back him up. The Cosmic Divide, oh, I like that. Divide is up, and immediately there's shock darts, there's nades going through, assuming they'll at least get the jump on the players on the other side. But when the dive comes in, oh, Vikash cleans them up! FNATIC push up to 6, and guess who's on his feet again?
No, he's got Vikash with him now.
Let's get rid of that utility early, and now he's got to face our util.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our drone. The drone's, if anything, the most valuable piece, so don't want to send that first. You still also don't want to go walking into the crosshair of Chronicle. Kayak gone. Site is going to be taken, though, and you mentioned it before. Crashies last time used that ult for the entry. And now they've evened things up. So in the post plant, that Hunter's Fury is going to be perfect.
Oh, they've lost Boaster, and a bit of post plant goes with that. Hunter's Fury sent through, though. That was why. It was an aggressive stance instead. No, they don't want to deny the defuse. They don't want you anywhere near that spike. But still, Vitality press on. Yumpy and Unfake still drawing breath, but Crashies around the back, waits for contact from Alpha. This is going to be a deadly double swing, and Crashies deals death to the first, and Shirley has bought enough time. That clock so low already. Alpha just needs to play with his food, avoid being the early pick, and there it is. Ooh. Nicely done. Even with a sliver of health, the clock will decide this fight. And FNATIC push to 8.
Extending that lead ever further. They're really going to be testing the bounds of how good that Vitality attack side will be, but also, again, like we've seen this from Alpha here, just left alone on an island at times. He's the one to get the first kill for FNATIC. He's the one to get the last as well. Like just being in that backline, being an irritation and a consistent backstab all the way through.
Crawling, crawling. Bro, I was holding backside. Why are you not picking?
From watching Boaster do vetoes in the past, there is no point trying to ever mind game him. It is a waste of time.
So again, same thing. Utility goes out, the cancel from Kron. It's going to run the clock down, but this time there's another layer to it. There's aggression coming through. Yumpy, big risk player to his left, but he gets out. The drone sees him on the scene of the crime, but just as quickly, he's on the backside. And the numbers thinning out for FNATIC. Sure, one for Boaster, great, but that mid-control, it might open the avenue to rotate back. They need so much more, and it's being held on the cross. It's an op looking and locking down the angle Boaster was looking across.
That's the problem. You have so many backstabs, so eventually your opponents are going to start looking, especially when they have an advantage. And for Vekash here, he's been great so far. This is asking a little bit too much. Now, they do have credits. It's not the end of the world if he was to lose his rifle. But for Vitality, it's an important piece, an important marker that, okay, maybe we still do have the great attack side. Oh, you've seen it here. Vitality are the slowest team. So if you thought that last half was slow, lock in.
130.
It's looking pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 130, and they've already made it all the way through mid, deep into the spawn, and it might be one of the quickest attack sides we see. Maybe just for the pistol, and to start, it's FNATIC with flying colors finding themselves the advantage and the spike. CHRONICLE having to give up control fully. They have taken the site at least, but that's not going to be a comfortable fight going that deep into the spawn.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is one of the worst places you could possibly drop the spike, so it's going to be very rough to get this back. Alpha even watching in case anybody tries to take a wider angle. Smoke's in position.
Star's back.
Can Unfake steal it? Can he steal it? Yes, he can. He's managed to get the spike.
Alpha's going to strike, though.
Goes forward into position. It's a little bit awkward. Actually, Alpha has come out, I'd say, worse for wear.
CHRONICLE does well, but yeah, back to a 2v3. Alpha very, very low, but so too is Prophet. This has to be a big performance from Unfake, and oh, he's caught down below. A waterfall washes him away, and Vitality, they stay on 3. FNATIC pushed to double digits.
For now, though, it's just been checks coming out from the FNATIC side into mid every once in a while, but they are happy to just almost hold on to the cross and let that time tick down.
35, yeah. I mean, they have earned the toast from earlier that highlighted that they are an incredibly slow team.
30 seconds left.
As we get to 25 seconds, they have not put a single foot towards the site. Now, finally, they will start to come in, but this has got to be quick and clean. 20 seconds on the clock. Wall goes up. Good fight for Alpha already, and the rest are delayed behind it. 12 seconds. I mean, that spike needs to make it to the site. Vitality, the slowest, but perhaps too slow. Trying to play FNATIC at their own game. 6 seconds. The spike plant not going to be found, and kills not going to be the way this is decided in Vitality's favor. FNATIC 12-4, and
Match point.
well, it looks like Vitality let that clock run a little bit too low before going for the push, especially into the site where Vice is.
I was going to say, like, you know he's there. It's not like this is the first time that they've had Alpha on that side of the map. And
it's not a new wall either. It's the same wall that's been there.
It's the exact setup they walked into a couple of rounds ago. And for Alpha, I feel like he's almost going to be sat there laughing. Like FNATIC looking primed to make the middle bracket their own, and Vitality might just be a piece in their story. One that they have never struggled with all the way through. The warm-up battle, it almost seems at this point. They are going to get into the site. The spams they have to be careful of. A lot earlier on the clock this time, surprisingly. A minute left to plant.
And an opening pick, and a second, and a third. Okay, well, that one should pretty much lock in a fifth for Vitality. Boaster and Alpha might already be thinking about the save. Flash. That's aggression from Kayak. They've stepped back from it. Now they won't be blinded when he rounds that corner, and that dash blocked by the box, but luckily he still makes it out. Vitality, a minute now on the clock. And a lot of ultimates to play with. The question here, is it going to be Durka or Unfake the combo? And it will in fact be Unfake, sent through with one pulse, and the shots went. It looks like they've dodged them all, and now the ground well slows them with Kayak doubling up. FNATIC, they've got barely anything put into this round, but somehow they're fighting back, beating Vitality into a pulp in those first fights, and now the playing field
It's just taken over.
More level. In fact, now tipped firmly into FNATIC's favor. Kayak jumping around, somehow saved by Boaster, and this is it. The map is done. FNATIC have destroyed Vitality on their own pick now. They've got Bind up next.
Yeah, they've won it with a low buy round. They've closed it in a fashion that we sort of were mentioning, that there could have been those closer moments, but dear Lord, what a showing from them. So interesting, because then you ban first, right? So it means that, like,
you give them a lot of choice.
They then go, oh, well, I know that that's gone, so I get to choose. I can see why people would normally go in the other direction, but hey, each to their own. Having the first map choice might have been something they didn't want after how it went. It's not gone fantastically well. They do have this trap set up, though, ready and waiting. The trap has been sprung. Unfortunately, the guy that was meant to swing on it is dead.
Yeah, and even then, what is Unfake supposed to do there? Flash and peek around the corner after the Yours TP'd back and the other players are far back on long playing anti-flash who swing you and kill you, and now it's a 5v3. I think it's the right call. Flash and bail on out of there, but you know, already a leg up for that attacking side, and the B site so passively defended. No salvos for Yumpy, like he can't even disrupt plant. This is going to be a hell of a hold, but I like this. Okay, if he's playing outside of the site, they are forced into a pretty tough retake, but having this little bit of extra map control that Yumpy's jumped up into in Hookah, that could change things.
Yeah, but it's something they're well aware they do not have. Special delivery thrown out, but not going to delay them too much. Sight is under their control. It allows for a faster rotation at least, and it seems like they're already on the hunt, trying to kill off Vekash, but they will fail. In fact, he takes all three. What? They knew he was there, and even still, an in-zone flawless. Never put him on Jet again. Never, ever, ever again.
He's so good on Viper, man, but I mean, Viper is the reason that he's in this position on the map at the time he is, but they saw him running back towards short. The immediate turn from those players who TP'd, from Yumpy, who was previously playing the site, they say, okay, give him the site. They're singing, man. That's got to be an awful thing to look next few rounds. And folks, you know what? Let's sit in with them for a moment. Let's take a look at some of the in-game comms from Vitality during this round.
No one.
Nothing.
Okay.
Angel B.
You can take
Just take it together. Fuck it, we'll pick.
one.
Oh,
Two.
People.
I'm moving.
They mollied garden.
Maybe who can take
One
this
side, the big
smoke
side.
side? Kron, can you wall up zone?
Yes, running up now, boys.
It is fake,
They're
but
not
they
out,
use
they are not out.
They use two smokes, guys. And Viper on CT.
Taking belong. I leave.
I'm okay.
They are in hook, I
I'll
see
go,
exit,
I'll
guys.
go.
Hold down, boys, hold down.
The smokes are gonna fade.
Yeah, I'll play with my flash.
I smoke belong.
Hook up rim. It's a B exec for sure, guys. Can we flash a big
I need the
guys?
under. I need the under.
And here we go, the exec coming through. They certainly knew it, but Vitality, oh my goodness! They react splendidly with everything picked up. Durka, Yumpy, hold strong. All that they get on the side of Vitality is the map control. Valuable, but there is a fight brewing for whoever makes the mistake of stepping forward. My God,
again!
It just can't be this good.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to have to be a new strat of don't walk into the angle that Vekash is holding, because it seems like that is instant death. Similar to the old school shout of avoid CNED, I feel like Vitality have to avoid Vekash. This could be another round that it almost feels lost already. Now, they do have two players on the right side of the map. FNATIC maybe expecting a reaction to stack up that B site. Instead, Durka still remains.
I mean, they need big pickups for this to be worthwhile.
More
from that defensive side. Yeah, I mean, picks here. No roster changes. The time being run down, though, is nice. This is making it doable. But FNATIC are now ready on both sides. Kayak's got that control towards the bathroom. Getting around there to deny that plant is going to be very tough indeed. Vikash making damn sure of it. And Crashy's by his side, the man who was dominating the duels in the previous. It will be closed out at 3-1 for FNATIC. Vitality left looking for answers.
Now 2 players there, as it does start to come in for Yumpy. Bear in mind, still having utility to deny them. But more importantly, they managed to drop that spike. Bucky in position, but shooting the boom, but is lost. Showstopper being utilized. It's a dance with death, and Durka takes the kill. But the rotate back is still there. They still had left Crashies behind. However, Vitality did not full rotate.
No, Unfake stayed patient, and Profex even come back. They think Profex the tip of the spear. Little do they know, there's a dagger in the dark. Boaster, try as he might. He won't make it past Profex. Another round for Vitality.
Second round, an important one. They had a Bucky. There were pieces missing, and well, Durka wanted to fight. I think that's 2 Sheriff headshots. Chronicle is 10 HP.
He's had to flee. And stuck in the back of this side, even that nade could be deadly. He tries to run, but Crashies catches, and now FNATIC 4 versus 3 with a Viper's Pit down. They are well and truly favored, flipping the script on its head, and Vitality have to play the retake. They're close to some ults, but nothing that's going to help them. The thing they have got to clear that pit, though, is the dog on Unfake. I don't think they're going to use it.
Oh yeah, Boaster has a molly available. If that gets him a kill, that's orbital strike, so they can't allow him to get a singular pick here. Crashies, bear in mind, desperately low, but good use of the C's will allow him to escape, and that's now a showstopper available for Alpha. Yeah, those ultimates were close on the other side, but he may not even need it. Just taking the raw firefight, leaving Unfake alone, and well, I don't know if you could hear that spike. I certainly can. It's getting faster and faster by the second. He needs to escape, but Crashies, what was that? 15 HP? Don't care.
Yeah, 0 stress down on that stage. He's all smiles and smirks. 4-2 for FNATIC. And with the state of the Vitality economy, it should well be a 5-2 start.
Did he hit the second one while blind?
I think so. Yeah, timeout's being called from Vitality. No surprise there, as this does feel like FNATIC's opportunity to run away with it. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Still can't tell. Even while slow mode, seeing what he sees didn't seem to be enough. We know they're good at the attack. The problem is, the later into the tournament it gets, the better they are at closing. The harder they are to defeat, and immediately we're going to see pressure put in onto Durka, and it's actually Chronicle to go. Durka was trying to flee the scene, and it's Chronicle that bites the bullet. Or the rocket. You don't want to bite a rocket.
No, not when it's armed and flying towards you. For Chronicle, he's got the pit at least, but yeah, might not be the thing that recovers the round that they desperately need with his body on the cold, hard ground. FNATIC 5 versus 4.
All missiles away.
They just have to hold the line. Great flash on backside. Orbital strike to buy time, and frankly, I don't know where Yumpy was going, but Profek, well, he set his sights on victory. And he's steaming towards it. A 4K already, and an ace denied, but a round's a round. A much-needed win from Vitality comes in unusual form.
I'm completely baffled as to how they get back into the round. Like, look, in my head, in that moment, I'm thinking, okay, well, they have themselves the Armageddon. They can use that to clear an angle. And then I watch Yumpy try and run through the entirety of an orbital strike while completely blinded. Yeah, he's on the wrong end of it. And then this, just immediate 3 kills from Profek. Blink and you miss it, and somehow they're back in the round. But yeah, I feel like,
come on, David!
That almost felt like a bit of a throw from the FNATIC side more than anything else.
To be fair, seeing that from Profek's perspective,
it was pretty
I would
sick.
say everyone there tried to trade.
Yeah.
Everyone there did the right thing. Oh, the guy's got the kill, I'll swing. You could just play passive and run time. Maybe the first domino shouldn't have fallen. But after that, just insane individual skill from Profek. And of all the times to land that, the Hail Mary play as the clock hit 0, and they landed a lifeline for Vitality, unfake with the opening. Profek there to send them into the lead with a 4v3. And now no need to play aggressive anymore.
Yeah, they've got 2 ults that can literally counter this plant completely, so there's not really any need to get over aggressive in this moment. Nightfall going to be utilized, and they're a little bit worried that they're going to be pushed. Instead of holding the ults in hand, they had to switch it up, and that's allowed for the plant to come through. As I said, I thought that was an easy moment for them. Still, though, they are in play.
That's it, they want to use it for the retake. Great flash, and Kayak and Alpha both find those picks, and now trouble brewing for Vitality. They make it to the site, but the setup from FNATIC is so patient as they wait. Flash primed and ready, diffuser blinded, but he hasn't come off the diffuse! Unreal! Balls of steel from Chronicle! But it gets them the round. Vitality 2 in a row off time alone. And keep in mind, it did get a pick, but that orbital strike was online and used to slow.
So maybe the stats aren't everything.
Oh, TP behind in the bat play, but it's a little risky as Crashies stood that little bit further back. Kayak was taking point. Crashies cleaning up as the wraparound came in, and now Alpha on the other side of the map completely clears this B site. Beautiful round from FNATIC. And even as we see Chronicle, he's going searching for Crashies.
They didn't have too much to spare. They've now built up those credits a little bit more, so an opportunity. And that's where Durka hits his shot. An opener, but this was not the play. Kayak is almost the lurk on the other side. The rest are looking to hit B.
Profek gets sent back by the Prowler, and Alpha's waiting. A mistake as the wall goes up just a moment too late. And that second, split second as it was, gives FNATIC what they need. Pick, numbers equal, and the B site under threat. Utility sent through, won't delay as long as they'd hope. Boaster's safe to get that plant to the corner, and now it will be the retake that is put to the test. But once the smokes go down, that's Durka's opportunity. Up in hand, coming out from elbow. And it looked for a second like Boaster was going to give him the chance, give him the fight. They sit passive now.
Oh, flash in. Backash still holding on that corner. No ults, and Alfie has still been sat up top. Looking to try and go a little further, but it's Durka once again. The trade's back looking decent, putting it into a 2 versus 2, but the swing out from Backash leaves it onto 1. Showstopper, a chance for Durka, needs to find his prey, and it's missed the mark. Not got deep enough. He will hit the shot eventually. But is there going to be enough time? I think he's just about got this one.
Yeah, he gets there in the end. 3.5 on it. Vitality finding their 5th. With 1 round left to play for in the half, and it comes down to an ultimate, a 1v1, and a big play out of Durka. But it was enough. The op, and it found the pick early on, but here the opportunity given to it by Alpha re-aggressing. I thought this ended it though.
Yeah.
But Vikash, really nice play, waiting for his opponent to push, and then wide swinging, catching him off guard, but Durka with a 4K cleans it up. And again, a much needed round still possible. And it all comes down to this.
Yeah, they've had a few moments now to get the blood pumping out. But yet, see you later. Spammed out immediately by Chronicle. And honestly, that's been the danger man. He's been the problem to try and fight against thus far. An unorthodox plant for Crashies. He's just about going to survive. Fade back into the decay. But it's definitely not the norm in terms of plant positions.
Time ticking for Vitality, but the advantage there to play with. Orbital Strike clears a lot of nasty corners, but Vikash has again stepped up to the plate. A Viper's Pit available, but no chance to use it. It keeps going from up top, but the defuse already made it to half. Problems as now they need to swing, they need to stop it, and Profek stands and waits, taking every battle. Vitality goes 6-6, blow to blow with FNATIC in the first half.
An insanely close back and forth.
This is where things could change. Again, for FNATIC, they have just looked so well put together, especially in that first map. Vitality have a lot of ground to cover in this series to get back all the way to Corrode.
Yeah, a lot of it has been on that attack side, though. That's where we have been seeing FNATIC do their best work, especially in these couple of maps. But then again, if it doesn't work on the defense, what you can do is just play the attack on your defense. They have already pushed all the way through showers. They are looking to come in on a hot flank. Now, it is being watched for, but does Unfake expect them this far? He does. And that's an important win in the early round. Does he expect the second? No.
He's so far back as well. Alpha had just started wrapping all the way around back towards that B site, so he gets the jump. And the numbers equalize. Smoke soon to fade. Is Durka going to stick around when it does, or is he backing out? Yeah, they're spamming through already, suspecting him to be here. I'm surprised.
Still got
He's still up so close, and yeah, okay, Nade's going to be thrown in. He backs off. Chronicle takes poster, and now the only problem is the fact that they can't be wrapped on. They still don't know where Alpha's gotten to or when he's going to strike. Durka, though, up close, keeps this favored Vikash, pulling it back. Alpha's now by his side, and they can make it to this spike, but the time is so desperately low. And with Salvo still to play with, that should seal the deal in favor of Vitality. A big pick, though, that could turn it into FNATIC's favor. Alpha got ahead of the problem. Realized another salvo could come, so he threw himself right into the mix, and my goodness, they've got a pistol as a result. That one looked dead in the water.
Yeah, for sure. Again, so many moments that you look at from the Vitality perspective, like the opening, okay, sure, it goes back in the other direction. The early aggression that they managed to have up close to slow them down even further, and then still hold on to that utility, but Alpha, yeah. And that has been the case throughout this map so far. Him and Vekash have been flying.
The A side. It is the right call, but I thought seeing them there might make them think it was a pump fake, that they were coming in late, but instead, numbers are still going to be here. Opening pick, but one more man to deal with, and they don't know about Crashies either. This could be a big problem. A snake in the grass, but those shots a little too high.
Yeah, he's lost his life to Unfake at the same time. Poster already tagged a little low. They still have Showstopper. Maybe Kayak needs to do it all. Oh, Prophet down to just 7 HP. But the fact that he lives might be enough to question using that ultimate.
Last player standing.
Now surely for Alpha, he can get Profex super low, but looking the right way is going to be the problem. Okay, it's not going to be the problem. That was a headshot as well, so screw his HP. Dragging one more into a fight. Young Beast down halfway will be achieved. And a showstopper in the back pocket if he wants it. But a guessing game of Warriors! Alpha, yeah! Another big round! And they're all on their feet this time. A standing ovation for the Red Bull clutch. Oh my God, he's having a game 22-7. But what is this?
I firmly believe this was impossible for anyone else. Like, just to even have the goal to go for it, he almost lost his life immediately, not looking the right way. Turns back around, reads exactly where Yumpy is, kills him off with the nade.
Timeout called, Vitality being pushed to the limit.
That's both pauses gone. That was a last chance until OT to check in with the coaches. Kayak on the operator. It's a missed shot and not really an opportunity for Durka to pounce. In fact, though, Kayak is not worried about trying to keep this control. They're still going to commit the boombot on the other side, but he waits. He takes the shot anyway, looking for a little more. Kayak, well, he did it versus the Eco. He's doing it versus the buy. Pause. What pause? Only Chronicle stands. And this was meant to be the turning point. We spoke about 1vx scenarios. 1v5 needed.
Yeah, that's the problem when you take that little break, but nothing changes when we come back. They don't have to make the big play. They don't have to dump their ults in. Vitality might have to. They're the ones with the pressure on their shoulders, and it starts out with a big ult and a response from Alpha here. He's caught Durka mid-air. Alpha, the anti-air cannon, and Crashies holding down in bathroom, sending Vitality slipping further and further down that scoreboard. The round not done yet, but I wouldn't even be surprised if Vitality saved at this point.
It's kind of a screwed if you do, screw if you don't sort of scenario. You give them 12, As said, earlier in the tournament, when they were playing against like a foot or someone that maybe you consider a bit of a weaker opponent, FNATIC took their foot off the gas. I can tell you for free, it's not going to be happening in this series, even though Alpha get an uncharacteristic whiff. It's not going to last very long. Boaster, he hasn't had to get too many kills so far. He's crazy on the assist, though. It will be 12-7. A chance to keep that stat going of beating them again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And Vitality, well, there's one man that they haven't been able to steal. That man's leading the pack.
Yeah, I think he might be locked down by whatever salary he can think of.
Well,
At this point, he better be.
He'll either be FNATIC or his roommate, one of the two.
Well, 5 rounds in a row for Vitality, an OT and a map 3. That's what they need.
Durka's turn.
To rewrite history, to defeat FNATIC for the first time in Valorant's history. We often talk about partnership because they were scrappy days in the olden days, but no, Vitality have never found success against this squad, and it may be set to happen again. Durka finding one, but Kayak's hot on his heels with the Durka's just about made it away.
Viper's pit in play. Orbital strike used to try and force them out of lamp. Fate getting ready to pop out on the other side, and he will manage to deal a death blow. He's being spammed out though by Vekash. His second kill of the round. Time though has been ticking for a while, and as you said, they are throwing everything at this, all the tools in their wheelhouse. Vekash has managed to find Chronicle. That's now the defusal halfway done. They actually have a little bit of time. It has to be someone a little bit healthier. Boaster is gonna go down, and now unfortunately, there is nobody left standing. The Red Bull clutch will come through, but as said, Vitality had to throw the lot.
Oh yeah, oh they very much did. It is the old Revenge of the Sith. They threw the kitchen sink at him. Desperate times and desperate measures, but measuring their success from this point forward is the key.
If a healthier player did that, they might have lost.
It doesn't.
It would have been very close. It would have been very close.
For sure. Yeah. 4 rounds in it, but those ultis expanded on both sides. He's looking too good. Wouldn't you be? 4 rounds now. Ultis are dry. It comes down to round play. Yumpy has a classic. I'm missing something. Why does Yumpy have a where's the gun? It's dropped somewhere?
Navera? Is that you?
2.1K on Durka. Why does Yumpy have... What are we doing here?
Like, I've seen bundle promotion, but this takes it to a next level. Timing is going to be everything. Like, the worst thing is they won't even know the second player is there. That one's for free, and now a nasty surprise for Chronicle. So many gaps being left in the behind of Vitality. And well, those are going to sting in the morning, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Crashies with another.
Down A.
This is now Vitality on their last legs, but they won't crumble. Not if Durka has something to say about it. 50 seconds. Alpha on the other side, dominated in so many fights. He gives a chance, and Durka takes it. A 1v1. Crashies, the man leading the charge in the last map. And now he stands against the man who used to wave this very same banner with 35 seconds and the spike under his control. A C's still to play with, and post-plant he could even have a reveal. No pressure for Crashies, and he plays it cool. Down goes Durka, down goes Vitality. In a landslide victory, FNATIC, they add another win to the tally. Vitality fall to FNATIC, as they always do.
Yeah, we've talked about this squad maybe sometimes needing that second life. They don't always do it through the upper bracket. Sometimes they slip. Well, it seems like that's the case.
It is time, my friends, for VCT Pacific 2026 Kickoff. Upper Finals RIQ versus Nongxin Red Force. And my friends, the winner here will qualify to Master Santiago. And the loser will go to the middle bracket, and if they lose there, they go to the lower bracket. So bro, these two things, they have 2 more chances if they lose here to qualify for for Masters, and this is a best of 5 today. It's going to be a legendary day. 3 best of 3s, 3 best of 5s. I think tomorrow will be the same thing, and on Sunday I think it will be 3 best of 5s only to see who will be the last team to qualify Masters, my friend. So let's go, let's go. Nongxin is looking good.
At least might slow them down, but they
Kill.
so
They got more experience.
Entry, Cushy wanting to avoid it.
They already won, but Pacific.
Oh, in towards the A site, you're going to get the plant. I
Wanna be kings
almost
again.
don't want to even see a 5 versus 5 for this pistol round. Definitely seen some teams have problems in those sort of positions, and it's going to be a little bit too hot. You feel like a bit too absence of information
Versus
for
them, bro.
Nongshim.
2
They're going to
players
start to
insane
reposition
movements.
into the headhunter of Jemkin. Here we go, he gets a double. He's looking for Darby as well.
Disgusting Jemkin.
It was
First shot on the game.
Start to
Collide.
over in towards this B side.
Yeah, Monyet hears it once again
Epic.
ahead, but no, he doesn't expect 2 more players straggling
Oh my
behind.
God.
It's Ivy with a double.
Oh, it's only
and the
him left.
numbers have been
My boy,
handed
crazy
over
guy.
to Nongshim.
Where is Mr. Crazy Guy going to start to come from?
One of the
Darby
best
jumping
women's
up
beings of all
strong, trying
time.
to Find him. Can't
Legend.
do it now. Crazy Guy. Can he come up clutch?
Has the paranoia to work off of. Smokes off the main area for now, but doesn't know where RB is lurking. Right click
Well played by
connects.
RB.
It
Guys,
shots the torso,
RB
and Nongshim
is
picks
prime
up pistol.
RB. He's
Well,
looking so good, dude. So good.
See for this map of Corrode so far between
He
both of
changed
these
the controller
teams. On the
in
attacking
Bro.
side, they both did manage to
Nongshim
find that pistol. They started off
cooking.
on attack.
They are
in the
playing
series
really good, man. They
for
have a
Nongshim
unique play
against
style.
T1.
They are
started
very
off nicely
aggressive.
with the 4-0, but you cannot
This is a
forget
dangerous
the
thing, guys.
10-0 start
RRQ had time
that
to prep.
RRQ found against DFM.
But the question is,
close
can they
that
stop
series
Nongshim?
2-0. Very, very convincing on Corrode. But as Pilsky was kind of highlighting, we didn't see the defenses from them, right? So I'm going to be very interested.
Seen teams do this several times, just off the top of the edge of the smoke, but RQ playing it cautiously for now.
Yep. Guys, I'm wondering, is this the Nongshim that we know? They're going slow. Which is fine in this sort of round as well. Francis, see what you can spot out with the Marshall. That's a nice one. If there's anyone that you want trying to farm up the eco frags, it is the Yoru with the Marshall, but only going to be good for 2. And gifting that gun now over towards Monyet to see what he can find.
Francis was the guy who earned first ace of Pacific Kickoff as well in 2026, but right now it's Monyet to fire back. Crazy Guy finds a couple down middle as well.
This is where problems can occur. Do you expect that Jemkin has elevated himself from that rendezvous? Feels like Darby had a bit of an idea, but now
Nongshim. Forbidden round.
This is going to be an upset of a round for Nongshim.
Still a Guardian though, so not entirely impossible, but
Oh my
RRQ
God.
should have the right plays.
That's one
No smoke available for Crazy Guy, but a paranoia if they do spot out where Xross is. It's not even planning for him though, unfortunately, and now they've just found him. Paranoia in. Defuse starting to be stuck, and the Stinger at close range is just not the weapon you want to go up against, or is it? Oh, the timing!
Smart, well played, dude. Oh my God, Nongshim. That cannot happen in a game like this, boys.
You have no business
I was editing, bro. I was putting the picks and bans there at the beginning of the video. Guys, do you guys like that, or couldn't even bother?
Penetration, it could work, but still, with the way that
it's
Monyet
nice,
was playing
no?
around with the additional support from that Stinger, it just bought time away.
It's 5 versus 3 at the end of the day that they drop, right? These are situations that you cannot have happen. If you've got a lone soldier by themselves, you need to be reeling them.
Guy.
I feel like it's always going to be a little bit of a weaker Nongshim. Best when it's pacey, best when it's chaotic, readily available to take the fights, and that's what Darby is trying to do here. You can see why it's so gorgeous, but Monyet wants to answer back.
Great positioning, just in time to bring the numbers back. Danby, of course, trying to find another spot as well, but at least the spike goes down.
Yeah, and Jackie has an up here.
You don't have any more Prowlers for Cushy in towards this retake, but you do have a Seize, you do have a Haunt. And remember that Operator and the Odin.
Not much left in Nongshim's kit. They do try to slow things down with a Seize, but that's pretty much the
what a
goal.
shot!
Xross!
Xross!
Still landing the shots!
Oh
3
my
down, and
God,
Xross,
bro,
this
that's
one, RQ
incredible.
has to recede.
We hear Sungmin say that Xross feels comfy on this initiator role when they changed all the agents for a bunch of the boys on the roster.
my
But he's
God.
coming out with great crosshair
I'm telling you,
placement
bro,
in
these
this round
Nongshim, they
for
are
the
fun
4K
to watch, bro.
equalize.
Oh my God.
Just off the top of it as well. You might
Jesus
think
Christ, that's
Moniette
incredible.
equalizing. He's trying to jump spot around, throw off crosshair placements.
Man,
No, it's not a problem.
Moniette
for
was
Xrox.
doing everything
I
right
mean, look
there.
at the first shot that Xross actually comes out with, right? He's got the protection of Ivy
That's
shooting
just
the haunt
incredible.
for him. You need
Bro,
the clean comms
getting
in
the
that
first is
position.
already amazing.
But my
Getting
word,
2,
Moniette
3,
gets
4.
a smacker straight to his
Oh
face,
my
and
God,
then the
bro.
quick allocations for Xross.
That's just beautiful.
Nightfall online. Arsenal stage
Timeout
last
here
year,
for
the
RIQ
best
already.
results.
First
Ewok
one
steps
on
away
this
from
best
this
of 5.
roster. Chances to make the international stages.
Okay, then I play about then. I will hear the ulti. Okay. I smoke middle. Yeah.
I break I first on B.
The wall.
They play mid,
I
yes.
chicken guys.
No wait.
Now it's cheeky, isn't it? Cushy finding Darby. No
Man, I love
elevation
Pacific.
angle is going
Why other regions don't do the same?
From RB, unfortunately.
Pretty good on the recognition from the side of RQ, but you still want to count on Jemkin for the way that Nongshin want to insert themselves into A. Flash goes through.
They spotted him.
Goes back though, manages to TP out, but now stuck into the corner.
Yeah, Operator splits the wickets in that one, but the pressure is certainly mounting over at this A side. They're wanting to try and get on in, but the flash, it doesn't work on towards Crazy.
Crazy
And
guy!
he's got nuclear in this round, isn't he? Absolutely shutting everything down. As it's just going to be Ivy on the
Crazy
wall.
guy! Oh my God, guys, beautiful rounds, beautiful shots.
Quick effect off
I love it, I love it. This is going to be legendary, dude. Keep it up, boys, keep it up.
End up on the A side,
Crazy
but
guy,
it
big fan
ultimately
here.
comes down to how Crazy Guy relays forward after
Come to
Jemkin fires
Chile.
shots.
Definitely need to see a way in which you're trying to remove this Odin spam from the equation, and how you're trying to get rid of this operator from Jemkin as well, because if
Nice
he really
shot.
is able to activate, hold his lines convincingly, one lane to spam down.
A little bit from RB as well, but there we go. The spams working a treat. You do have Xross firing back, though. Now
He still gets the kill? Moniette?
Square on.
Oh my God,
though,
Xross on
not
fire.
backing down.
They don't know Xfero's here though.
Yeah,
He
they
can
won't
steal
expect
this
that.
one.
Oh my God, he-
Darby
what?
In transition.
And now he heads on through. Xross inside of the smoke, trying to play sneaky around the corners.
This is for
Okay.
the ace.
Bro.
Still needs to try to isolate the duels, though, and with the
Oh
way
my
that
God, the
Xfer has
guys-
in position, unfortunately goes down.
Oh my
It's off
God.
to
Oh,
just
wait,
Jemkin.
wait.
Nightfall does hit. Oh, and there it goes! Straight into the
You are
ground, Miss
incredible,
Jemkin.
Xross.
And Xross comes up huge with ace.
That is
4K
absolutely massive
ace
to come
now?
through from him in that
Legendary,
moment in time.
baby,
When the
legendary.
overdrive comes
What a
through from
game,
Darby,
guys.
and
What
he
a
gets his
game.
head removed as well. That was the bit
Bro,
that you
this
think,
is
oh,
just
this round might be lost, but no.
one of the best
Xross
starts of a series I ever
flies
seen in my
out
life.
quick, finds the multi-frag, settles himself.
Both teams
with
playing
the
great,
plant.
man. Yo,
He's
this
done
is my
everything
favorite
in
kind
this
of
round,
game.
essentially.
Is when
He's taking
everybody on the
distraction.
server from both
The
teams
ace to
are
come
playing their
through for
best game.
Xross. And Nongshim
When
again
things are like
take
that,
the lead
bro,
in this
the
close
games are
event.
always legendary.
For you getting in towards the elbow. It's an angle that they'll definitely want to be trying to find. Again, keep an eye on when
Okay,
Jemkin's
he
going to
dodged
be
it.
able to peek out with this operator.
And
He's
this guy
currently
with
looking
the
for the
pocket with
lurking
the
towards
judge.
mid, but Nongshim have full focus on getting into this A site.
Flash has been drawn out. RQ has suffered against Ivy's lurks, though. Oh, and they do as well. A second time.
Oh my.
Now trying to set up. You don't have the Nightfall anymore.
Yeah, and Ivy is super low, so you do consider using the pit or not. They're going to opt to do
Wait,
so.
he stands up.
Just in the nick of time. The relay bolt finding no effect.
Janking.
But Jemkin still around the edge of elbow. Takes down yet another. Now, how do you break into the pit? It's Moniette with overdrive.
Oh, that's
Crazy
clean.
guy managed to take down Dambi as well, and it's just RB
Man,
left
good shots by
outside of the
Janking.
smoke. Square and open in the face.
Buy up for Nongshim. 4 approach through the A main. Just the one in Ivy looking to lurk in towards mid, of course, and that'll be gate checked by the Odin of Cushy. But this op of Jemkin, this is a way to try and figure things out. Get him off the line with the dimensional drift.
He goes for a shot.
Darby
I
will
respect
follow
that.
pursuit.
A good try. Moniette's here to support, though. And it's out of the drift they go. They get hit by Nightfall as well. It's
It's
impossible for
Viper
RQ to
versus
put
Viper
back
on mid.
Oh, this flank though.
I think he
Ivy
heard.
watching for it.
Yeah, he
Ivy
knew it.
finding Xfero. Opportunities now for Nongshim to try and tie things up yet again.
Different angle and support this time. You have a little bit from the Odin as well. Oh, it's Dambi. Unfortunately caught first casualty for Nongshim. They're still in a good position over the spike, though, which makes it really difficult for RQ to get on top. And that's where Francis, alongside Xros, continue to
Okay,
layer
Nongxin,
down.
guys,
It's
5
just
to
not
5, close
possible
game.
for RRQ.
Yeah,
you're right.
The longer they take, Cushy's going to be
But
here.
now Q already know
Onyet
what's
not too far
happening.
behind.
Nongxin,
The
they are
window
normally taking on side, going to
started
the other one.
close.
RQ aware.
Xfero's still into the corner. Gate crash, doesn't matter. Snake fight now forces the team apart, and Crazy Guy goes huge. It's Monyet as well chiming in, but Dambi has managed to do a little bit of work.
Keep an eye on mid. Jemkin is going to miss the opportunity to try and find Ivy as he sneaks in towards the site in a 2 versus 2. The plant goes down.
Spike planted.
Trying to keep himself concealed. Jemkin. Screen in his face.
Yeah, that's the kill of the
Just
round.
look for the right timing as well. Monyet still has a full kit.
They're just looking at every angle that they could possibly come from. Jemkin now peeking out.
And that's unfortunately
Okay,
where the round
guys,
ends. RB
6.
as well, right off
Just
the top
6.
of the smokes.
Bro,
once
RQ
more.
had the
That's
ring,
gonna
he still
be
lost.
a tied score. Back to A.
Now, drawing out the Snake Bite of Ivy there is actually quite big because you understand an idea that the Fade and the Viper are over at the B site, and now you just start to ramp things up over at A. You figure out that the Omen is there, and you just put absolute pressure on towards RB as Dambi finds Jemkin.
Just real good pickup. RQ might have
Francis
the
is a bit
sight,
fast on the
but
flank.
numbers lost. And Francis perhaps still unchecked.
He can flank. You're going to have to wait and see what timing he does find here. With the Prowler of Xros, though, and the Relay Bolt, that can be an avenue to get Dambi in.
Which just means RQ, despite not having the recognition for it, they might just have to push a little bit deeper into the site. Unfortunately, though, they have been corralled back thanks to utility, and Dambi is starting to go off. He's looking for more shots. Crazy Guy slows him down. Xfero and Monyet actually getting involved.
Bro, I don't think I've seen him losing any duel yet.
He's not quite able to
in this game.
on to the heads. Finds the first one, gets onto the spike.
Crazy Guy! Oh my god, he wanna come to South America, he wanna go to Chile, drink some wine. No, he wanna win Masters, that's what he wants. Crazy Guy doesn't do that kind of thing.
Felt like a couple of those shots from our POV
Oh
just
my
looked a little bit
goodness.
slow. Francis on that flank was being kept at bay as well, kept checked.
I'm not drinking,
RQ
but if I went to
expecting
Chile,
that was going to come
I
into
would get
play.
some wine, I'm not gonna lie.
And some spam through the smokes. I mean, it's a bit unlucky for RB, to be completely honest with you, but when you are funneling in from a singular position, and a lot of the numbers are there in terms of bodies, it's always going to be a little bit awkward if the wayward sprays do get
Yes,
you.
bro, nice, you're looking so good.
He has been handed it. Crazy Guy, though, look at this angle. Smokes it off as well, continues to jiggle around. Oh, and then stray shot is the one that goes off. A couple more shots, though. Ivy continues to swing, but
Xfero! That's nice, that's nice. The sound was good.
A little bit too one-dimensional, of course, in those sort of situations. Not much needed to move on that mouse. Just needing to click the button. As RRQ stretch the lead.
He says that, just click the button.
How far forward will they bring it? Because the buy will come up for Nongshim right now. And we got to start to see some good decisions from them in the very beginning
a click sound anymore.
Side as well. How much space and free territory are they giving over to
Nongshim,
RRQ
you cannot lose
map?
this
How
round.
much utility
But
are they
it's a
being
good
baited out with as well?
bonus
Sending
if
that gate
RRQ.
crash over towards B with the immediate A-pop approach for Nongshim right now should catch Xfero off guard. Oh, and he finds
getting one is really, really
it's actually
good.
quite large here.
Not too bad.
But the upgrade is also nice for Nongshim.
Side of Nongshim, though.
Timing up through the guts of mid, by the way, for Crazy Guy. And he's just going to look to go further. I wonder if Xros has this idea, if the coordination and the comms is there for Nongshim to recognize and need to reposition
but look at that. They're making presence on A, so they're going to be worried about that.
He just checked the tower, so it feels like there's a bit of an idea that they know this is possible to come through from Crazy Guy.
Ivy, Envy's the other guy.
They're actually going further up into B main.
Oh my god, wait. Good reaction though, good reaction by Nongshim.
Gonna be unfortunate for RRQ.
Oh, Monyet! Just like that, guys, 3v2.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that timing for the peek out from RRQ this round.
Not gonna lie, this round here, he sealed the deal, man.
Favor of RRQ with the plant going down.
Round of the game.
Spike planted.
We're back into a retake scenario. RB, Francis, they do have flashes though.
Well, we've seen many a clutch from them at the moment.
Man, Crazy Guy has more. Oh, that's where the guy hit. Timing,
really
crazy timing!
Crazy
No!
Guy in the smoke realm, ill-advised in that position.
Look at that, dirty as well with the clone going through. A little bit of footsteps, a little bit of noise, but the discipline from RQ, they're not moving. Just positioned up by Heaven. and play around with a fast lane, pull the attention
Moniette.
away. Moniette starts to make a move. RB, no, he's not getting off of the spike. Oh, he got it!
Oh
my
no.
God! He's
He didn't got it, he didn't got it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, that was so close. Bro, that was so close. RQ fans. RQ fans. Damn, you hard stop for a sec, no? Oh my god, dude. What the hell?
Save the round by
Bro.
RQ.
I mean, the C's was in as well, right? He's low in HP. He's sticking it in the timing.
Oh my god.